Hello and welcome back to the Rgbargeee channel and Agrarian skies. I've been plinking around a bit, doing a few things since last time, so not sure whether I mentioned I've built 3 more lettuce farms. I've also built a jungle tree farm, and I was coming to the limits of my power that I'm producing at the moment, so I decided what I would do, because these do produce a lot of the big trees, so a lot of wood. I'd build this farm, and then I would turn its wood into charcoal through this redstone furnace. And then if we go over here to supplement the power from the lava and things, I built these. It's just 12 steam dynamos fed by a aqueous accumulator for the water. And then I've got 2 chests on the end feeding these in turn with charcoal. I've just turned this side over to charcoal. It was running on the bloodwood from the bloodwood tree. So these are full of charcoal now, and that's keeping me topped up. And if we look on the other side, it's exactly the same, except the item pipes are on the bottom corner. So you just use 3 of these impulse ducts, and they feed 6, these 3 and those 3 underneath with charcoal. So we're doing well now. We're actually creating a little bit more power than we're using, and that saves so much running about, swapping around with these energy cells, so much so that I've got a big one here, and then when these individual ones get full, because as you can see this is actually gaining, when they get full I will just turn this one back on, fill it up, and that will eventually power my laser drill, because that's definitely one of the next challenges I want to be looking at. I've also concentrating more on the bulk items now. So this is tomatoes. We need 10,000 tomatoes. I think we've got 7. We'll have a look in a minute. This is potatoes for making flour. This one, for some reason, if you remember, I used to have a problem with the redstone going into the furnace generator. Well, this one seems to be doing it with tomatoes. So every now and again, I'll come over here. It's completely all tomatoes, not been picked, and that's because somehow a tomato managed to get itself in there. Well, I haven't got anything burning the bloodwood now, so there shouldn't be any reason for that to get blocked up. Eventually I will. I'm going to extend this a little bit to put another aqueous accumulator, and then I'll have another bank of magmatic dynamos, I think that's what they're called, going this way, and that will produce excess power then for filling the big green cells up. As you can see, I've been getting molested by endermen, and the reason that happened was, come over here, I built a spawner, an auto spawner. It's all running manually, so I can control exactly what I manufacture, and simply under here, if we could just see the edge of it, there we go. At the moment I've been doing witches. I needed to kill 5 witches as part of one of the quests, so I spawned some witches in. This tank here I go and fill up with mob essence, and this is a redstone energy cell. To power them, I basically just set it running with whichever safari net and mob that I want. That spawns them in this area, drops them down, and if we go down here a bit slowly, because I'm still using my slow jetpack, that drops them onto spikes, kills them, and the drops go in here. Simple. And the other thing I've been doing, part of the bees and trees quest, where is he? I do keep getting mugged by zombies from the jungle saplings. Got a tendency to spawn up there. They fall, work their way down as it despawns and gets harvested, and then they come over and try to mug me. Here you can see I'm doing tropical bees. Just empty these out. And, oh, don't know what happened there. That's not what I was expecting. And the reason we're doing these is we need these silky combs, because we need silky wisps, which we centrifuge out of there, and then you get a silky propolis, and then you centrifuge that and get a silky wisp, and we need that for one of our next quests. So I'm going to put a princess back in each of these. And the reason I'm doing one at a time is because for some reason these start stinging you. So there we go. I think that's each of them now. It's got a princess in. Now I'll put the drone in. I think this should be the last one. Yep. Right, let's get out of here before it starts stinging me. I'm going to do this today. I'll show you what I've been doing, but I'll just get rid of these. Oh, excuse me. So, if we have a look at here, we can see that I have... Where's the bees? There it is. I worked my way down here. Most of these are just crafting quests, so they were quite simple. Now, this one's a crafting quest. Well, detection. I need this alveolar sieve. We look in here. We go alveolar sieve. We need these woven silks, and they're made from 9 silk wisps. Now, that means I need 27 silk wisps. We'll go back down here to the centrifuge, which is all the way around here, and then I really should build myself some elevators or some proper steps for getting up and down. So here's a centrifuge. Oops, missed. This is the input. Put those in. They go in there. Now they've got a chance of making, I think it's honey drops and silky propolis. So there we go, honey drop. These go back in again. Wait for that one to go. And then this has got a chance of making a silky wisp. It doesn't make one every time. So I've been doing this manually. Have a quick snack. Been doing the burger quests and things like that, just crafting ones. So out of those 3, I got 2. Which it's not bad, but it's taking so long. You've got to wait for those hives to produce. Now, of course, you can automate that. You can make these bees produce quicker. Oh, I've put bees in there now. I'm also making, and that's run out, this is a DNA extractor. So I'm making liquid DNA. If we look in here, I've got 9, almost 10 buckets, and I need 100 buckets. Each single drone that you put in there to be liquidized makes 1/10 of a bucket. So I need 1,000 drones. So that one's getting a little bit grindy as well. What else have I done? I've made this. Now if you look over here, I've made some jars, and each of these jars is filled with essence, and each one, there is now enough essence there to complete this infusion, which was to make the great wood sapling. Now to fill those jars you have to make a jar. Let's have a look if I've got one made. There we go, I've got 8. So we can quickly do something just as an example. I'll get some stickers. In fact, I'll also need an empty hand. I've got stickers already on here, so I'm going to take those off. And that's shift right clicking to get those back off. Here I made a mistake. I needed aqua. This is aqua. So I thought, oh, aqua, ice, got loads of ice, chucked ice in here, and it actually made gellum or gellum. So that wasn't what I wanted, so I've left that over here. What this does is it takes a basic item. So I'm going to get, for example, let's get a piece of wood. Just one. and we need some coal as well. So I'll just grab a piece of coal. I'll grab 3. Don't know how many it takes actually. Never really worked it out. So I want a piece of wood in there with some coal. It's just like a furnace, but it makes the essence. You look on here now, I've got my glasses on, so it made 4 arbor, and it didn't make anything else. It just made 4 arbor. So if I go over here, oh mind you, both of these are full. I stacked these alembics on top of one another and I put a single pipe on each, and that means I can get my jar, bonk it under there, and whatever arbor this has made goes into the jar, which is great. Then, so I know what's in there, I can put a sticker on. And now, if all of that essence goes out of there, that will still remain a jar for arbor. So give him a click, put him over here because he's an extra. And that's how we did it. Now, each of these different items is made up of different aspects. Each of these essences, is made up of different aspects. And the way to find that out is if you look in your Thaumonomicon. Here we go. Click him. There we go, aspects. We just click through here and it tells you, if you hover over them, it tells you which of the which items contain which of the aspects. So that's an easy way to do that. As you can see, arbor is in trees, saplings, various wood items, aqua, water, and I actually did the barrels. So that completed that part of it. Now, what we need to do now is set up to carry out this infusion. And that's going to involve various things. So we'll go over here. We're going to need witch water, which I've already collected some barrels. Now we want to set up various witch waters on here, and I can't remember. So let's have a look at the recipe. Is it alchemy? Crucible? No. There we go, infusion. Now that tells you how to make it. It's EXA. This is what we're making. We want the sapling, which is up here. So I want 3 witch water on each side. Remember, it's symmetrical. Then I want a cinder pearl and a shimmer leaf. So the best way then, I think, is to put make some room down here. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. This one. Another witch water. 1, 2. Have I picked them back up? No. And 3. Now you can see also that I've put hoppers here. This is so I can put an extra 1 in. Now apparently, as we're carrying out this infusion, there's going to be various things which can possibly push these off, which we don't want. We want them to stay there. So what I've done is these hoppers feed each of the little pillars that have got the buckets and items on. So we can put those in there. In fact, oops, I don't want 3 in there. 2 will be plenty. I could put extra ones. I've got some extra buckets. So that should just save us having to rush round. Oops, not that one. This one. Save us having to rush round replacing buckets and things as they get knocked off. The other thing we need is a cinder leaf and the shimmer, cinder pearl even. We've got some of those. I'm going to take 1, 2, 3 of those. and the shimmer leaf. There we go. 1, 2, 3 of those. Here's an empty one, so if I click that, put those in there, you can see it pops one straight back up, and the other 2 remain in the hopper, which I thought was great. And then this one is the other cinder pearl. So that is now, whoa, don't stand on there. There we go. That's now ready to start. Now the way we need to start it is we need to put our jungle sapling in there. So let's get a jungle sapling. There we go, one of those. I don't think that the sapling can actually get knocked off. So let's put him in there. Oh, there you go. And I'm going to double check the recipe that it is a jungle sapling. Yes, it is. Right. Now I need to carry this out. You can see that we've got all of those items, and if we look, they're all here. They will feed directly from the jars into this, and that should carry out the infusion and turn that into a great wood sapling, so we can complete that quest. Now let's have a look. I've only got 69 air. I believe that you need to have as much as 64. Great. You need to have a certain amount of V in your wand in order to set this running. So I'm going to give this a whack. And then I'm going to possibly jump on the house to watch it go. So let's see. It's off. Right, let's get out of here quick. Now you can see that I'm a little bit far away here. Let's go over here. If you look at the jars, you can see that the infusion is actually sucking out the essence from the jars to carry out this infusion in the centre. So it hasn't knocked any off yet. Keep having a look around. You have to be careful as well, because this can get you with lightning. Ah, it did knock one off, look. So we'll put that back. In there. Make sure that they've all, there was some lightning then. I'm going to fly into a panic as usual. Here you can see nasty taint. So we don't want to be in there. I'm just trying to make sure that each of these has got the right item on. There you go. Still going. Now I know I've got the sound turned off, but there's a really eerie noise going on here. Don't kill my chicken. Okay, you can see it's taking, at the moment, it's taking air out. When it's completed that, it'll change over and take something else. It's already done the wood, and now it's doing the terra. It's really good how they've got all this to work as a multi-block. Oh, we don't want that. Let's go and put him back. Yeah, it's that one. So I don't know why there's a weakness on this side. But now we've got multiple buckets on there. Don't think we really needed that to happen. Someone just zapped a pig. Have all of them got something on? Yes, they have so far. Now, of course, you can put blocks on this taint to get rid of this, but I'm trying to actually just make sure we finish this infusion first before I start messing with extra blocks. You can see it going into the sapling there with some particle effects around it. Oops, didn't like that. Was I too close? Possibly. Make sure that hasn't emptied any of these pillars. No, they've all still got items on. Well, oh dear. What's left? There's not much left now. Is it still working? Oh, not again. Well, that's got buckets on, so that's okay. That's still got a bucket on. I'm not sure what it's actually doing at the moment. Ah, I know what it's doing. It's taking the items. If you remember, I put extra items out, so any minute now it should actually, oh dear, put you in there. It should finish if it's taking the items. Oh, I don't know where that one went, but there's another one there. The problem with this is you can't, there's no obvious progress bar. So you've just literally got to sit and wait. Now, it's not had any of the Pedito yet. Was Pedito not part of the task? Ah, I've put 2 lots of Pedito here. Let's have a look what it needed. No, it does need Pedito. Ouch. But why isn't it taking it? What we can do then is we'll move this somewhere else. Maybe here. Oh dear. Perhaps there's too much taint. Let's get ourselves some easy blocks to move. Dirt will do. So you're just tidying up the taint here. It's got me really confused because it's not taken that item for some reason. So that's, I suspect, means I've got something either in the wrong place or I haven't got something on the hopper. There we go. So it looks like it was actually stuck trying to do that. Put you back in there. What's missing now? This is missing now, and it should be cinder pearls. There we go. Ah, it's taken that this time. Has it taken it? And they're both missing. Put him back. Put that back. Really sending me on the run around now. No buckets on here. Oh dear. No buckets on this one. And it's knocked it off again. Gotta be an empty hand. Running out of buckets. There we go. Oh, I've taken that one off there, haven't I? Oh dear. Oh, there's a bucket. Oh. We're really struggling here to keep things filled up. Are you actually going to take any of that Pedito? Oh, everything's disappearing, look. Cinder pearls. No buckets in there. Where are they all? Oh, they're all in the middle. So keeping these filled up is proving to be more difficult than I expected. Oh well. We'll just keep going. As long as we're not losing the items, it's not too bad. Right, so you go in there. So all this side done. All that side has got one on right. Whoop. Have to keep an eye out. Oh, and that's knocked them off again. Well, next time I should remember that we don't want to have a shear drop next to it because it's just losing my items. So, oh dear, this is getting messy. Are you taking the Pedito yet? There's only 49 in there. Oh dear. There we go. Oh, it's the buckets it's taken. Oh, where's it put them this time? Any spare buckets? Oh. Well, it definitely keeps you busy. Carrying this out. I've got no idea if I've done something wrong. This one's not got anything on. And I think I'm out of buckets as well. Yep, it looks like it. Oh, and it's the buckets that are taking the beating, it looks like, as well. So I haven't got any there. Let's get some buckets. I have two. This is turning into a right mess. Go over here. Oh, I've put that back in. This is going to just quickly take a few seconds. Tell you what I'll do. I'm going to try and get this all under control, and I'll come back in a minute when I've finally got it completed. Okay, I'm back, and I had to turn this off. I couldn't keep up with the disappearing materials, so I turned it off, and I've set up again. That involved I had to redo all of these essences. So I've done wood and gunpowder, which gave me the ignis and the pedito. And what else did I need? Aqua and air we got from the sugarcane, and that also gave us a spare herba, and then soil for terra. And so now I've got more than enough essences to carry out this single infusion. And you've got to remember that this is pretty much an end game infusion in normal Minecraft, and it's only been achievable here because we've got so many materials and they've given us that vis filter special that we can use. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set this off running again. As you can see, I've gone for the overkill approach. I've put everything I've got in these hoppers, so I'm going to set it off again if I've got enough left in my wand, and then we'll come back once it's completed. In the meantime, I'm going to run around with this glass, get any purple and get rid of it that way. Hopefully this time we should have enough resources and everything in place. I've also put this little wall around to stop losing items down the side, and one of the problems from this side, the hopper that was there, the vacuum hopper, was actually sucking the items in and I hadn't noticed, and so that's why I eventually ran out of items. So hopefully this time we should be a lot better off. Here we go. I'm going to cut now. It's taking the essences directly from over here. It can reach all of these. It's within 12 blocks of the center. Yeah, I'm going to cut now and come back when it's finished. Well, I'm back again, and this is the aftermath of my attempt, and it still hasn't done it. I'm getting chased by a purple slime. Have I got a safari net? Oh, and he hits hard as well. See if I can catch him. Formic slime, there we go. So, yeah, this is the aftermath. For some reason, it gets so far, but it won't take this peditio. I'm probably going to have to do a bit more research to find out what's going wrong here. I thought my preparation was thorough this time. I've got the nodes underneath. I've been running around trying to stop this pink taint from spawning everywhere, but for some reason I just don't seem to be able to get it to work. I have a feeling that this isn't the right item. It's showing me it in the Thermonomicon. If we have a look, saying it needs it there. Peditio. Is that the right thing that I've got? Peditio, yeah. I also believe though that there's another recipe for it somewhere, but I don't know where it is, so I'm going to have a look. So I'll call that an episode there. At some point, hoping I can get this completed. Obviously I need it to carry on with my other quests in this side of the tree. So I'm going to turn this off again, and I'll see you next time. Okay, I'm back again, and I'm going to give it one last go, and if this doesn't work, I really don't know what else I can do. What I've done to try and stabilize the whole infusion, I've put heads on the floor, all in a symmetrical pattern. I've put shards on the floor, I've put shards in the sky. These mixed shards, they should attract the lightning. Other than that, I don't know what else I can do. I've just put 3 of everything loaded up on the pedestals, so I'm going to give it another go. I've refilled all my essentias, and I've done a bit extra of everything apart from terra. I really should probably do another terra, but we'll see how it goes. So I've set it off again, and I'll come back when it's finished.